Hi everyone, welcome. I'm Gigi and this is Green Adventuring Tarot. I'm happy you're here. This is for all signs. This is a general check-in for our collective. And if it resonates, it's meant for you. All right, let's get started. Please like and subscribe if this resonates for you. First, we're going to start with Aries. All right, Aries. Well, it looks as though you are definitely planning something that you've done on your own that you're ready to sort of bring forth, but you're ready to rest because this has taken a lot of energy and you feel very satisfied that you've done this. This is a big decision for you. And once you're ready and you've kind of gone inward and made this decision, Aries, you'll be ready for an offering. And then what I find so interesting about this is you've got 2 4s, and what I'm feeling like you're in balance and you're ready for this next chapter. And what's so interesting about it is that then you find your power. And with this air energy, this real powerful air energy, it almost feels like you could be dealing with an air sign. You could be dealing with Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini. But most definitely what's going on here is you are ready to make an offering. You've had some sort of accomplishment, and this offering is going to put you back in balance, and then you're finding your strength. And you're going to be in your head around this. So this could involve numbers, real estate, something by which you need to really have a level head, dear Aries, and really go inward with all of this. But don't forget about your inner passion, and make sure that this offering to this really intense sort of head-centered feeling, make sure that it also comes from your passion and you're not just in your head about it. I'm going to get some clarification on the 4 of air for Aries. Okay. Oh, wow, look at that. There you are, Aries. So this sort of contract that you're dealing with, make sure to be in your heart around it. Make sure you are in your power. And this idea that comes to fruition, that after you've done your sort of inner work and you've made this offering, you're going to be shining. You really will, Aries. Wow. That's pretty great. All right. Let's move on to Taurus. Huh. Wow. Interesting. So Taurus, there's a cycle that you're wanting to break free from, Taurus. And you're really coming from your heart and your passion. You're tired of juggling. And what's interesting is there's sort of like, it almost feels as though you're ready to start a family. You're ready to slow down, Taurus. You are ready for the next chapter. So sort of this cycle that you're repeating and repeating, and you're making it clear that you're ready. The juggling has been too much. And you had the power to do it. You were strong. It's just not what you're ready to focus on family, on starting a new chapter that is really beautiful for you. It feels like children, it feels like family, it feels like connection, it feels like you are ready for sort of this spiritual path almost that involves maybe motherhood, fatherhood, something where you are ready now to express yourself in a different way that you were before. And what's interesting is that this is you, really. Look at you, this messenger of earth. That's you, Taurus. And you're ready to go forward. You're going to be new at this, and that's okay. It's going to give you this great perspective on everything. Could be parenthood, it could be something that you're nurturing that you've been wanting to do for a long time, and you're ready. And you're going to be real new at it, and you're going to have a lot of excitement around it, and you're also going to get some financial rewards. So when you let this old cycle go, and you really feel these feelings of letting that go, and you're tired of juggling, you're going to find that this whole new thing that you're doing is going to have its own reward, and it's going to be interesting. And let yourself be new at it, and let yourself just be free and new, because you're going to get a financial reward from this, which is so interesting. Just be patient around this. And let's get some clarification on the Hanged Man for Taurus. Okay. Seven of Earth. Oh, interesting. Okay. So kind of in the same vein of what we were saying is keep at it. You're going to be new at it, but let it grow and nurture. And this whole new perspective that you have is going to sort of change your whole way. You'll almost forget this old way of being. This whole new way of being is beautiful. And you have the power, and you with your beautiful earthy self, I almost feel like you're in the soil. You're almost with children in a garden. You're reconfiguring, you're changing the whole paradigm. And now that you let go of juggling and you focus on this is like suddenly you'll feel your truth. It's really interesting. Okay, Taurus. Okay, now we're going to move on to Gemini. Okay. Okay, Gemini. What's interesting about this is it feels as though there's a young person in your life, Gemini, that you're dealing with that is dealing with some addiction issues. And it also could be a Scorpio in your life, someone who's younger. And you've really had to make a call on this, and someone with whom is battling some stuff. And Gemini, it's a tough call. I get it. And you may have to move on, or you may have to tell the younger person, whoever this is, that they need to move on and go to the next level. And really, you have this power, though, to make this feeling from very uncomfortableness of having to call out someone, intervention, whatever it is, you have the power to make it happen and do it with grace and love and dignity. So don't despair. It's going to be tough. And I guess one of the one of the things you're going to say is that if this doesn't sort of shift into a better place of healthy living, that they're going to have to move on, or you're going to have to move on. And then what's interesting is once you do this, all of that heavy baggage of feeling this is going to lift. And then you're going to feel kind of back to your old self. Gemini, you're going to feel like, wow, this is how I felt before I had all these grown-up problems. And it's going to feel really good. And it's going to start this whole new chapter. And it'll be, whether it's better parenting or a whole new you, where you go forth into a whole new realm, whatever it is, it's like once you do this hard work right here, which you will do with such grace and dignity, and you've got the skills to do it, it opens up this whole new chapter where you therefore can then be this light. Your energy then gets really light and it really feels good, Gemini. All right, let's get a little clarification on the Empress card. Okay. Oh, okay. All right, the Hanged Man. Interesting. So not only are you going to be growing and you'll be sort of creating a whole new you, and you're going to have this amazing perspective. And you're actually going to have more patience through this. So this whole issue that felt so icky and was really tough love kind of perspective, once you get through it with grace and dignity, and you really give yourself the chance to be back to kind of almost how you felt before all of this, you're going to have this amazing new sense of yourself where you're going to see things better, you're going to have more patience, and you're actually going to be of service to other people. You're going to be able to see things from a different perspective. It's pretty amazing, Gemini. Wow. Okay, and now we're going to move on to Cancer. Okay, Cancer. Huh. Okay, Cancer. What's interesting is it feels as though there's someone in your life, an earth sign, Cancer, that you're really connected to. Could be, this is what I'm seeing. I don't feel like this is you, Cancer. I feel like this earth energy, it could be Taurus, it could be a Virgo, it could be Capricorn, someone in your life that you have great love and passion for. And it could be someone that you've been checking out, that you want to be in your life. But what's interesting about it is you've been so focused on this energy that you're sort of forgetting you have this whole world around you. And you have this sort of capacity to sort of look around and see all these other things in the world, and you will have great satisfaction no matter what you do. But remember, sort of lift your gaze up a little bit from this intense sort of connection with this earth sign, and remember the world is really out there for you. It's sort of beckoning you, like come join. And there'll be a lot more rewards when you open it up a little bit. And possibly this connection with this focus on this earth sign, that will help them too, because then you will be out in the world and you will have more to offer once you're out there. And I feel like this gives you some sort of justice. It's probably been out of balance. You'll be back in balance, which will be really beautiful. And I think you'll have a lot, and in sort of doing this journey, you'll find yourself, which is really great, Cancer. And again, very similar to Gemini, you will have a whole new perspective on things, which I just absolutely love that. So yeah, sort of take a breath. Go out into the world, discover some new things, and through that, you're going to find this sort of whole new you. And it really will give you a sense of justice and a sense of fairness. So you need almost a breath. You almost need to, so many of us go inward, but this is saying go outward a little bit, kind of get out of the shell and go out there, and you'll really find that you will have a whole new perspective on life, which is kind of beautiful. You'll have so much more to give yourself and give others. And let's get some clarification on the Hanged Man right here. Okay, Cancer. All right. This is the Nine of Pentacles. Okay, interesting. And so that's what the Spirit is saying, okay, when you do that and you do this on your own, this is sort of your own journey, you're going to feel really proud when you sort of take that step and go outward and really find sort of your own sense of accomplishments. Once you kind of take a break, get out in the world, mix in a little bit, and that sense of justice, it's sort of balanced. And then you feel this new perspective because you've done it on your own and you have this feeling of your own. You're making your own way in the world, which is lovely. I'm going to put a heart on that. That is beautiful. Okay, Cancer. Now we're going to move on to Leo. Okay, dear Leo. Leo, wow. Okay. You're feeling pretty strong. This is pretty intense work you're doing. You're really finding some balance in your life. It looks as though you finally, this is what I'm feeling instantly, you're finally feeling at balance. It's been a long time and you're finally feeling it. You're taking a break and enjoying this new feeling. This is a really nice feeling for you, and it doesn't come around very often. There's usually, feast or famine with Leo, and this feels pretty good. You're taking a break. In the past it's been very hard and very different, and now you're kind of enjoying the sense of justice. Whatever it was, you've made the choice to live your life more in balance. And this is so victorious for you. I mean, look at you. You're just, here, we got to focus on that. Look at you. You're like, thank you. Thank you, Spirit. And so what's so beautiful about that is now that you have this sort of well of passion and energy, and you're not feeling too tapped out, now you're ready to move forward and challenge yourself and try some new things and get into your beautiful, powerful self, Leo. Look at that. It's almost like, look what I did. It's beautiful, Leo. And then what's so interesting is that old energy that you felt, it'll just literally fade away and it's all gone because you're just so full of this new energy that feels so right and so balanced that just sort of fades away. And let's get some clarification on the Eight of Cups. Okay. Page of Pentacles. Okay. So now that you're in balance and you've let that old energy fade away and you're feeling really tuned in to the universe, it's now time to start a whole new endeavor. And this is sort of right now you're at the idea stage. And what's so beautiful is it'll just keep growing and growing and growing. And I love that. Let's look at that symbology there. It's like this person knows that they're starting and they're doing it with intention and with love. Really beautiful. All right, Leo. And now we're going to move on to Virgo. Okay, Virgo. Okay. Okay, Virgo. Wow. This is some heavy energy, Virgo. It looks as though something has really disturbed your world and you had to walk away. Yeah, for sure. You had to walk away. It was just too much. And now you're feeling a total sense of satisfaction. And you finally are feeling like it's over. Whatever this was, this real disruptive energy, you walked away and now you're feeling this like, just like, oh, I did it. Oh, pat yourself on the back, Virgo. Good job. And then what's interesting with this is I'm seeing a lot of boundary setting, and I'm seeing a lot of like very clear energy. I'm done, and now I'm happy, and now I'm moving forward. And what's the sort of the gift of this is that now you have a completely different, you have a better sense of patience. You're more mature because of all of this. You have all these rewards from this. And this chapter is over. It is over. And now you're beginning fresh and new with a different perspective, which is so amazing. Wow. Let's get some clarification on the death card for Virgo. The Empress. Interesting. Okay. So this is taking you to really a sense of power, a sense of inner power and outer power. And I'm seeing a lot of threes in here. So what's really interesting is as we get into the spring, this power is going to magnify. Look at all the flowers here. Let's lift it up. Look at all the flowers around the Empress. Look at all that warm energy, the little duckling, the butterflies. This is really going to, the juju of this is that as we get into that fertile, wonderful sort of time of the year after the winter is over, this is when that power really shines. And you're going to be calling the shots. This is over. This chapter is over. You're going to be really calling the shots on that. Let's put a little heart on that. Yes. Amen. All right, Virgo. Okay, now we're going to move on to Libra. Ooh, okay. That one wanted to come out. All right, Libra. Okay, Libra. It looks as though you have been holding back, and there's someone that you have your eye on. Could be a fire sign, Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries, and you've really been holding back, and that's okay. It looks as though Libra, it might be time to go for it. But unfortunately, what I'm seeing is that you've had to walk away from something, like seriously walk away. And now you're entering into a new phase. So once that energy of holding back, maybe someone was liking you more than you were liking them. That's kind of the energy I'm getting. And that once you walked away, then you were able to sort of tap in to a connection that you didn't even see coming. It was sort of overwhelming. And through this connection, this sort of mutual love and understanding, it really forms into a beautiful partnership. It's kind of amazing, but you did have to let that go, and that's okay. I get this feeling that they know and you know, and when you do leave, everyone's aware of this. But what happens is very quickly something walks in. I feel like this energy and this energy, they were waiting. They were sort of like, ooh, now's my time. I'm so excited. I can't wait to see Libra. And this deep connection that you've sort of, maybe that's why you were so hesitant for so long with this other connection. And then what happens is it turns into this just like beautiful celebration. So as we get into the warmer months, look at you guys. Woo! Having a deep, beautiful connection. It's almost like you kind of come out together as like, this is our new thing. Sort of it's your own thing for a while. I see a lot of moon energy while you're deciding. Once you make it known, then see all this warm energy here. And then you guys kind of come out and say, yeah, we're connected now. Isn't that beautiful? Okay, let's do a clarifier on the Four of Wands. King of Wands, interesting. Okay. So it seems as though Libra, this most likely is a fire sign. And I have this feeling that you know who it is. I just have this feeling that it's somehow, this is why you were so hesitant before. This is someone with whom you definitely know who they are. You can look at the card more closely, see if there's any clues here of who this person is. But again, this is pretty powerful stuff. This person is the real deal. They really, they were polite. They waited till you were done, came in strong, and then all of this stuff manifested. Woo, woo, woo. I'm going to need some fresh air, Libra. That's great. All right. And let's move on to Scorpio. Okay, Scorpio. I'm going to do an oracle deck. This is called the Beloved Dead deck. Oh, okay. Here we go. All right, Scorpio. Wow, these are beautiful cards. I really see, now this is an ancestral sort of tapping into our ancestors. And what I'm seeing here is that you are in great remembrance right now. You're really sifting through some life stuff for yourself. I'm really seeing you remember a time when you were happier, and you remember how that felt, sort of that when your cheeks were, you know, rosy and young, and you have that fresh air and that hay and all that, and you're really sifting through this feeling of time, this remembrance. And it's almost like you're giving other people permission to do that. So many of us, we know people who have survived great wars and great, you know, famines and all kinds of things throughout the earth. And you're really a leader of giving people permission to feel those feelings of what it felt like before things got really tricky and hard for people. And it's almost like you have, I want to say almost a therapist feeling, like you are really a catalyst for people tapping into that. And that's a beautiful place to be. it feels as though, Scorpio, this is almost like your life calling. You know what I mean? And then through that inner work and that remembrance and that, acknowledging hardships globally, personally, communally, whatever it is, by acknowledging that, you're actually helping people feel better. And what's interesting is then they learn how to find their message in life when you do this inner work and this real tough work of childhood, you know, global issues, community issues, things that were hard for, we all know our ancestors went through a lot to get us to this point. And by you acknowledging that real tough stuff, which Scorpio can do with just such ease and beauty that a lot of us real fumble through, that Scorpio can really get right to the point. And then what's interesting, you freed people up to tap into their joy and to be the messenger of optimism, which is beautiful. That's gorgeous, Scorpio. All right, let's get some help from the ancestors. I'd like to tune in with the messenger card for Scorpio. Okay. Ah, interesting. Consciousness. That's beautiful. And so I think what's so beautiful about that is not only are you doing this work with people and with yourself, it sounds like you're doing this work with yourself and giving others permission to do this, and you're creating, sort of being a messenger of optimism, but you're doing it with such loveliness that people feel safe with you doing this sort of work. Oh, Scorpio, that's great. All right, and let's move on to Sagittarius. Okay. Huh. Wow, Sagittarius, this is really interesting. First of all, I want to acknowledge that this is you. Look how beautiful you are in your beautiful power with all the sunflowers. Gorgeous. So, Sagittarius, it looks like you've made, or you're in the middle of making a pretty intense decision. You're feeling pretty disillusioned with something. You're making a decision and you're really tuning into your higher self, because that is your greatest reward. When you know that your higher self gives you the green light, you do it. You are very aware of this. You're very tuned in. And boy, I'm just going to come out and say it. This is what I'm feeling. It looks as though when we get into the sunnier months, you're going to move. You look like you are moving and shaking. You're starting that process now. You're going inward. You're really telling yourself, am I ready? Am I ready for this big move? And it looks as though this is the only thing that would be holding you back, would be the Six of Cups energy. So there's something about family and children and this sort of remembrance energy. Maybe that's what's holding you on to whatever is happening now. But it looks as though you are definitely ready to travel, to move residence, to definitely shift your energy. And I see this happening definitely in the warmer months. But I'm going to get some clarification on the Six of Cups. And we'll tune in with Spirit on that. Okay. Oh, wow, the Ten of Cups. Wow. So even though this feeling of remembrance that sort of holds you to this other place where you're feeling a little restless and ready for a change, when you do make this shift, there's all these rewards. It's almost like whatever was holding you back, it's changed. You see the difference? See, like this is little and then they grow. And it feels as though this is the new version of whatever that was. So this is what will manifest when you make this shift. This will be this amazing reward. And this is going to be like, whatever the shift is, it's going to be something that people will really resonate with for several generations. So whatever the shift is that you want to keep doing your work, keep staying in your power, let yourself feel a little befuddled around it. But once you do, make the move and you're warm and sunny and feel more in your power, and you make this move, look at that. I mean, that's pretty remarkable. It will definitely pay off with sort of a legacy of a whole new chapter that you hadn't even dreamed of, really. And this will be photographs and things to remember, but this is the future. Okay? All right, Sagittarius. Okay, and now we're going to move on to Capricorn. Okay. All right. Wow, Capricorn. Okay. Well, things are definitely shifting in your perspective. You see things in a whole new, you used to sort of be inward and sort of worried about something, and now you're outside, you're looking, you're seeing, you have a whole new perspective. You went from being in sort of closed off to open and expansive. And what's so beautiful about this Capricorn is that it pays off, because you realize, you start to see sort of humanity or your circle or whatever, people that you've known, you see the limitations of that way of being, of when people are just focused inward on self and not noticing the perspective around them. You're really starting to shift your perspective on how you want to be in the world, and you're coming into your power. Look at that. You're really tapping into nature and you're tapping into your power. And I would say spend lots of time outdoors. I get this outdoor feeling, Capricorn, and I really feel like that's when you're going to get away from ego, get away from mirror, self-centeredness, and get into the where you fit in the world, the spectrum of the world, where you are and how powerful you are, being an integral part of the sort of circle of life. Beautiful, beautiful. And what's interesting is that this opens up this sort of powerful tenderness in you. And when you start to tune into nature, you start to really become a whole new you of power, where you're looking to nature for answers rather than industry or computer or whatever. You're really tapping into nature, and then things start to really shift and grow. And what I'm seeing is, like, I don't know, maybe your whole new world, maybe you're going to move to the country. Maybe there's something about nature, you've really been craving it. And maybe that's what will give you a more feeling of satisfaction and a feeling of accomplishment and your place in the world, the more you're in nature. Let's get some clarification on the bird's nest. Okay, the scribe. How beautiful. So through this journal, excuse me, through this journey, make sure to journal, because I have a feeling that this is going to be very healing for other people. Keep track of this journey, and this is going to be really important. I can see you helping a lot of people out by chronicling your story. Okay, Capricorn, wow, beautiful. Okay, and now we're going to go to Aquarius. Okay. Okay, Aquarius, wow. Well, Aquarius, you are definitely shifting. You are deciding, do I want to live, do I want to center my life around, around working and around acquiring, or do I want to center my life around being of service and being tapping into this power? And you know you have it. That's what's so interesting. I mean, Aquarius, I mean, look at you. I mean, this is totally you, Aquarius. You are sort of like, you know, I get like a Superman vibe or a Wonder Woman vibe. You are sort of playing normal, but inside you're a superhero. You have this magician, this magical gift, and you're sort of trapped in this mind game and of sort of like work and come home and work and come home. But you have this power in you where you really are shining, and you really want to tap into that, because the more you tap into that, the more it gives back, and the more you tap into that, and the more it gives back. So Aquarius, this is pretty magical. And then what's interesting is that then you can be more of service to others and be sort of your lovely self and give selflessly, because you're not being depleted in the sort of cycle of work, home, work, home. Then once you're more in your power and you shift into that, then you're being of service to others, and it doesn't even feel like you're being in, it feels good to give. It will feel really good. Now, what's interesting is that you almost have to let it go. You know, it's like these things are going to hold on to you, and it may take some time. So what I would recommend is start the process immediately of tapping into that superhero part of yourself and really find out what makes you feel magical and how you want to give. You could do what I do. You could do tarot. You could be helping people, being of service. Whatever feels right for you, do it. I really see you, sort of the gods shining on you once you make that decision. And also, I feel that there will be a little bit of like, oh gosh, maybe I better go back to that. Well, that's okay. That's normal. But keep on that path, and then you'll be amazed how good it will feel once you follow that path. And I'm going to get some clarification on the 9 of air. Okay. Queen of air. Interesting. Okay. Yeah. So once you are clear on that you want to shift into this more healing path, and you want to be of service and give love, you know, just selflessly and just enjoy yourself, it's going to create some boundaries. And what I'm seeing is this will feel like you're gonna need breaks because it's so different than what you did before. And that's where the good old Queen of Air comes in, Aquarius. And this is you being powerful and saying, you know what? This is what I'm doing now. Thank you. And you don't need to ask permission. You don't need to make excuses. You just do it because you are so in your power now. It's almost like the other part of you never existed. It's absolutely amazing, this transformation. Wow, Aquarius. Good for you. Okay, and let's move on to Pisces. All right, Pisces. Wow. So Pisces, you it looks as though you have been in a cycle right now of it looks like you've been studying or working very hard and then recovering. Studying and working really hard and then recovering. And it's time for you to get away from feeling depleted, and it's time for you to have a little fun. This is your fun card. Have a little fun. It doesn't look like you're quite there yet. You will be soon. So remember, replenish, take good care of yourself. You're very busy. You've got a lot of studying or work you're doing. And then fade, let this energy of feeling depleted and, you know, sort of having to be on this constant journey of, okay, I'm going to do this. I have to finish this project. Da, 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 da. It depletes you. It feels like something's being taken away from. But it will, I mean, it does have a purpose. But right now it just feels really overwhelming. So make sure to sleep a lot. Take good care. Tune into that beautiful Piscean energy. You know, drink lots of water. Take good care of yourself. And then have some fun. Make sure to have some fun and take a break from all this, have a little fun. And then what's so beautiful is all this hard work, it pays off because you're building a life. All this hard work will create a life that you want to have. It's almost like your vision board. This is like your vision board of life and love and happiness and feeling good and being with people you love. Just beautiful. I love it. Let's get a little help regarding the Nine of Wands. Get a little clarification. Okay. For Pisces. Six of Pentacles. Wow. So what I'm seeing is through this hard work with taking lots of breaks and getting out of this sort of cycle of work and rest and work and feeling depleted and having a little fun and then taking a nice long break because you'll be doing more of it to really develop this legacy, this sort of storyboard of joy and loveliness, and just keep building on it. What's so beautiful is you'll be rewarded for all of this. This is such a reward, and you will be feeling like, oh my gosh, it's paying off all this hard work. And yeah, but make sure to have a little fun because that gets that battery recharged, definitely. And you will be rewarded for all of these endeavors, dear Pisces. All right. Well, thank you, everyone. I thoroughly enjoyed this today. I'm so happy that I had some time with you all. I hope this resonated. And please like and subscribe. It really helps a lot. All right, everyone. Take care.